Alright, fight fans, you know what time it is. It's the tail of the tape. We're going to break down this fight. I think it's an underrated fight with Jaime Mungia and Eric Bazinyan. And then on the undercard, you have Richard Torres Jr., an Olympian for America, and Emiliano Vargas, the son of Fernando Vargas, fighting on a step-up fight. So here we go. Tail of the tape. Mungia, 6 feet. Bazinyan, 6'1". Advantage Bazinyan. We have the reach, 73-inch reach for Bazinyan with the advantage, and the record's at 43-1, 34 KOs, and Bazinyan at 32-0-1, a draw and 23 KOs. Bazinyan has the age advantage at 21, and he's from Armenia by way of Canada. So they'll be fighting tonight, and my prediction why I wanted to do it, I think it's going to be an absolute banger. This could be fight of the year candidate. We've seen Jaime Mungia just recently come off a loss to Canelo Alvarez, which is not a bad thing. Made a lot of cash. All right, but Bazinyan is underrated. He is undefeated. It's a super middleweight showdown. Mungia is fighting with Top Rank after previously being with Golden Boy. The reports are that Oscar said he still is with Golden Boy, but he's fighting on Top Rank to get more exposure. I believe that with the win, he'll be in line for big fights once again. But kudos to the fans. Now Mungia and Bazinyan head to head. Jaime Mungia steps into the ring with a record of 43 wins, 1 loss, 0, 34 of those coming by way of knockout. Bazinyan will make his way in the ring with 32 wins and 1 draw, 23 by knockout. So as you see, it's a really good matchup. We really don't get these matchups all too often with young, undefeated, hungry guys that are willing to risk it all. And then Bazinyan remains undefeated as a professional, stopping 2 of his last 5 opponents. In his last fight, he drew Shiki Finn in May 2nd, 24 by split draw in their 10-round contest. All right, in Canada. So going into the contest, he had beaten Ronald Ellis on October 11th. He knocked out Ellis, who we know from David Benavidez. He was minus 500 going into that fight. So. And he also fought Alazante Fox, who I've seen before. Bazinyan is currently a 12-1 underdog at plus 1200 to get the knockout. Jaime Mungia, as you see, has an 88% chance of winning, while Bazinyan only has 11%. But trust me, fellas, as I'm analyzing it, breaking it down, I feel that this is a much tougher fight than people are going to expect. Now, as you see, Jaime Mungia, Bazinyan odds. Jaime Mungia, the money line is minus 1400, while Bazinyan is plus 750 by KO, minus 275 for Mungia. All right, so the smart money, it looks like to be on, if you want to make a buck, I would bet on Bazinyan. Now I think Jaime Mungia will win, but I feel that Bazinyan is a strong challenger, and Mungia will be forced to walk Bazinyan down and stop him. Bazinyan will stand there and attempt to counter Mungia. Right, as you see, he's not necessarily a back foot bitch. He is willing to stand and trade, and he will stand and bang it out. Now he will be more of a boxer than Jaime Mungia, but I do feel that it's a closer competitive fight than it is on paper and what the odds suggest. If you really want to make some money, you might want to go for Bazinyan for the technical decision. Now Mungia doesn't look like there's a lot of money to be bet on. You could make some money with a knockout, because I feel that Jaime Mungia will need a knockout stoppage to win this fight. And you know, looking forward, Jaime Mungia has some big fights coming up. If he can make it past this, if he can, you know, possibly one day rematch Canelo Alvarez, which I doubt would happen, but we just seen like Edgar Berlanga make a good account of himself. There could be that big, to me, is a big mega kind of, you know, small letter mega fight, but it is a big fight for boxing fans. There's Caleb Plant, who would be a very tough match for Mungia, as Plant is a very good boxer. And then we have Christian Billy, who is also with Top Rank, that possibly that could be in the works, as Billy could challenge Mungia in order to put himself as the front runner for a Canelo Alvarez fight. So Mungia has a lot of options. There's Diego Pacheco in the works, but you know, this is gonna be a true test of Jaime Mungia's skill and will. As how will he be? Will he be better off of a Canelo Alvarez loss? Will he be worse? Will his hunger be gone now that he's made a good amount of money, or does he still want to become a champion and he still wants to make a name for himself, as he's with Eric Morales now? Once again, he was with Freddie Roach for Canelo Alvarez, but now he's with Eric Morales. So a lot of questions, but you know what, all action fighter, saludos to salute Top Rank, you know, cheers, kudos to Top Rank for getting Jaime Mungia after losing Shakur Twitterson. You know, but Bazinyan is no slouch, guys. I just want, he's at plus 750, but he is no slouch. He could easily outbox Jaime Mungia. As we know, Mungia, you know, he has a one gear, one style, and it's to come forward and throw punches. You know, he's had some controversial wins. You know, people argue that he lost to I believe it was Kelly, and that Derevyanchenko was beating him, or perhaps beat him. You know, if it wasn't for the knockdown in the final round. He obliterated John Ryder, and he gave a good account of himself against Canelo Alvarez, getting dropped but getting up and finishing the fight. Now, I heard Canelo say that it was rumored that he carried Mungia. Jaime Mungia disputes that. So we'll see. You know, Jaime Mungia has an opportunity to become another Mexican star. You know, Canelo Alvarez on his way out. Jaime Mungia started at, I believe, 16, won a title at 154. So he is already a champion, you know, against Saddam Ali. And but since then, he, you know, it was argued that he's, you know, Oscar was protecting him, but now that he possibly is not with Oscar anymore, he has an opportunity to flourish and really become a you know, I don't want to say an all-time great, but a Mexican legend, a name. You know, there's guys like Bam Bam Rios of the past, you know, Mexicans that even though they weren't the greatest, they still performed really well and made good fights for boxing fans. And at the end of the day, that's what it amounts to. Mungia's must-see TV, and I think this will be an underrated fight. I say, you know, I know this is a really late reaction. Hopefully a few people listen to this and rate it. And yeah, man, hit the like, subscribe, watch out for the lives, and let's go Mungia. Peace.